is an independent world religion. It's not an offshoot of any other faith. And its main aim is to unite all the peoples and races in one universal cause, one common faith. The main goal is unity. And Baha'is believe in the three onenesses, and this is very, very fundamental to the Baha'i faith. The first unity that we believe in is the oneness of God, that there's only one God. So Baha'is believe there's one God. And the second oneness that we believe in is that this one God sent divine messengers throughout time. And this is really a fundamental basis of the Baha'i faith. We see the unity in religion. So we call it the oneness of religion. And throughout time, we believe that God has sent divine messengers to help mankind know more about God, because we can't really know God. So God has sent these divine messengers to help us to understand more about him. And I have just one little picture here. I hope that I can show that to you. And so Baha'is believe that these divine messengers that God sent came about every 500 to 1,000 years apart. And this is historical. This is not Baha'i creed. This is just, you can find this in any history book. And as far back as we know, as far back as recorded history, we believe Baha'is accept Krishna, Abraham, Moses, Buddha, of course, Jesus Christ, Muhammad came right before the Baha'i faith. And now in this dispensation, the Bab and Baha'u'llah, and I mentioned Baha'u'llah's name before. He's the prophet founder of the Baha'i faith. And Baha'u'llah says that in no less than 1,000 years, there will be another to follow, so that this is continuous. Baha'is call this progressive revelation. So God has made a promise never to leave mankind alone, and these divine messengers have been sent throughout time to help mankind.
Baha'i faith is independent and the youngest monotheistic religion. Their main idea is world unity under one God. Baha'u'llah, their present messenger, came to the people in Iran with the idea of a new Baha'i faith, to take down the disunity of their current religions and to establish a faith that lessens religious, class, and racial prejudices. They are one of the most accepting religions, diverse in nearly every racial, ethnic, and religious background. They just want humanity to unite under one God.
The Baha'i believe in the central idea of unity, as previously stated. They believe people should work together for the benefit of humanity. They also strongly believe that life's purpose is to know and worship God. To pursue these beliefs, the Baha'i often pray daily and dedicate their lives to servicing humanity using God's messages. While an accepting faith, Baha'i people don't condone things like drugs, gambling, politics, materialism, and many other things. They hold high morals like honesty and trustworthiness and celibacy. While they don't believe in hell or committing sin, people of the Baha'i faith prefer their people to follow these teachings so that humanity may prepare for the next life, a life closer to God.
Faith is a universalizing religion. It came to be because of the messenger Baha'u'llah's teachings that they should establish a universalizing faith to spread the idea of humanity uniting. They plan to unite globally.
Again, the faith started to grow. And why did it grow? When people come around the manifestation of God, they become enamored. They're drawn to the manifestation of God. People heard about the Bab, they read some of his writings, and they immediately became followers. People just flocked to him. They loved what he said, they loved who he was, and the faith was growing. And that was very alarming to the people back home. So they banished Baha'u'llah further to a further country of Turkey at that time, Constantinople, and then they banished him farther to the Holy Land, to Israel. So because they kept banishing Baha'u'llah and moving him, hoping that the faith would go away, instead of putting water on the fire, they threw gasoline on it. And the faith kept growing, because the more people that got to know Baha'u'llah, the more the faith grew.
Some key vocabulary terms that are used frequently in the Baha'i faith are Nowruz, which is the first day of the Baha'i calendar, obligatory prayer, which is a required daily prayer that the Baha'i people are asked to do, and Kitab-i-Aqdas, which are the writings of Baha'u'llah. Some holy places that are special to Baha'is are the shrines of Baha'u'llah, the prophet founder of the Baha'i faith, and the Bab, the messenger that preceded Baha'u'llah. Thousands of Baha'is come each year to pray at these shrines, and more than 500,000 visitors and tourists go to see them each year. Baha'i houses of worship, or temples, are scattered around the world. There are 7 major ones, including only one in all of North America. It's meant as a gift to all people to use for personal prayer, contemplation, and meditation.
We don't have a lot of laws in the Baha'i faith, but there are some specific ones for burial. Just cleanse the body, wrap the body, and bury it within an hour's journey of where the person died.
Baha'is have a few rules and laws concerning burials, such as the body cannot be embalmed or cremated.
Yes, we have our own holidays, holy days actually we call them, just like the Christians do, just like the Muslims do. We also have our own calendar, just like the Christians do, just like the Muslims do. Our calendar is based on 19 months with 19 days in each month. And at the beginning of each month, we have what is called a spiritual 19-day feast, where we gather in a community and we say prayers. And then we talk about the business of the community. Are we holding children's classes? When is our next feast going to be? How can we serve each other within the community? And then we have a social portion. So we have 19 months, 19 days, and then there's 4 days left over. And those are intercalendary days. And those are like our Christmas days, where we give gifts and we have parties and we do acts of service. And that's right before the month of fasting. We have a month of fasting. Baha'u'llah explicitly says that it would be better if a faith or a belief brings someone to war. It would be better to disassociate yourself from that than to participate in a war. We are very peace-loving, hopefully helping mankind to accept each other in unity, and it would be better not to be involved in a faith than to be involved in a war. If a Baha'i is asked to go to war, like be a soldier, because they drafted people, we have to obey the laws of the land. Baha'is are law-abiding citizens. So if my son, for instance, was drafted, he would obey, but he would go in as a conscientious objector. And so that means he would work with the medical field, or he would help prepare food, or he would do something that would not require him to take up an arm and kill someone.
All right.
I'm wearing a symbol on my necklace. I don't know if you can see it.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And I tried to get a picture of it larger. This is one of the symbols of the Baha'i faith. And the top line represents God. The second line represents the manifestations of God, like Moses, Krishna, Buddha, Baha'u'llah. And the last line represents us, mankind. And the way that we get to know God, can you see the line that goes vertically up and down?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The way that mankind can know God is through the manifestation. So that's the line that goes through.
The 3 most important key symbols in the Baha'i faith are the 9-pointed star, the ring stone, and the greatest name. The 9-pointed star, the most well-known symbol, can often be found in Baha'i houses of worship. The significance of the number 9 has to do with the Baha'i believing 9 is the last number. Then it just starts over with 1 and 0, so the number 9 represents completeness. The number 9 also corresponds with Baha'u'llah's receiving his first job as a messenger, 9 years after the previous messenger Bab in Shiraz, also reflecting a sense of fulfillment to the Baha'i people. The ringstone symbol is most of the time found in jewelry of some shape or form. It's a visual reminder of God's message, world unity. The top horizontal line symbolizes the world of God, the middle represents the world of God's abstract ideas, and the third represents humanity. The vertical line that joins all 3 horizontal bars symbolizes how God formed a link between himself and the world of man with his messages. The 2 twin stars to the side represent current messengers, Baha'u'llah and the Bab.
Finally, the greatest name is a calligraphic form of the word Baha in reference to Baha'u'llah, known as the greatest name. Baha'i people often engrave this symbol on jewelry and buildings to represent the Bahai's identity.